Hello everyone. Now in this new video we will see the most important shortcut technique for cracking your visual reasoning section of your MBA CET examination. All of us know that visual reasoning is one of the most bottleneck areas for cracking Jamnal Viraj. Now people who actually crack JBIMS with a score of 140 plus in the MBA CET examination actually crack more than 20 plus right questions out of 25 questions of visual reasoning. Now the question is, how do you solve visual reasoning? One, people need to be completely aware of various patterns and genres of visual reasoning varieties. Second, then you would have to decode each and every pattern in the given sample set, which is the MBA CET mock paper or the questions which you are solving, and then use the options to find which of these is going to be your right option. Second way, if you cannot deal with all these different genres of questions of visual reasoning, my humble approach is basically simple. Look at the option. One of these 5 options is going to be right. One more of the given 5 options is going to be the exact replica of the actual answer. Only the displacement is going to be for 1 or 2 different elements, which means if I actually analyze the options very well, I can boil down to the 2 options which are actually look alike, and this will actually give me the final conclusion about the actual element which I have to trace. I do not have to trace each and every element. That is bullshit. What is required is simple. You have to analyze the options well to understand which of these 2 options is going to be similar, and then decode the dissimilarity between these 2 options to find the right answer. This technique will help you to crack the visual reasoning questions in not more than 15 seconds. So you can pause the video whenever you feel that you want to again revise what we have covered till now. Okay. Let's look at the previous year question of visual reasoning of MBA CET examination. We'll solve one of the important technique question by the same technique of option analysis. The given question that you can see on the screen is of a visual reasoning question. What I can see, the number of elements are going up, okay, and I have to find what is going to come next in the sequence. A, B, C, D, E has been given to you. I have to find what is going to come in the F, which is the next element, or the next box is going to look like what. And 5 options has been given to me likewise. So one thing is very common, that looking at the number of elements, you can predict that there would be 6 elements in the block number F, okay. And if I look at all the options have 6 elements. So that is redundant. So even if I say that, that's visible to all of you. So one, people would have to trace each and every element. Let's say the first box of triangle, square and equal to have to be traced to find out what's going to happen with each of them. That's not the recommendation which I am giving to you. My recommendation is look at the options and find a similarity. For example, if I look at option number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one thing is common, that if I look at the position element of star is on the extreme left bottom edge, and there are 3 options which have star at the same position, and 2 do not have star at the given position, right? Which means out of 5, there's a high probability that option number 2, 3 and 5 will be the answer, because they have the same position element of star, okay. So option number 1 and 4 is something which I have ruled out. Now if I look at what is dissimilar between 2, 3 and 5, I can see the position element of C. Now C is on the extreme edge right corner. If I look at the position element of C, option number 2 and 4, option number 2 and 3 look similar, but option number 5 does not give you the same similarity. So option number 5 has also been ruled out. So I know the answer is going to be between option number 2 and option number 3. Now the same approach which I'm talking about is find a dissimilarity. If I find a dissimilarity between option number 2 and 3, I see it's the position element of square and circle, the position element of square and circle, which will give you the answer. So my only approach towards the question is to go back to the question and find what's going to happen with either circle or with square. If I do that, I can get my answer out. If I look at any one of them, let's say if I go ahead with square, if I look at the position number of the square position, it's moving one row up. It's just moving 1 row up. If you look at the element, the option number E, you have the middle element on the left side, you have square. So if it's going to go 1 level up, so among 2 and 3, I see 3 is going to give me the exact same position of what is there in the question, right? But that's not what we want. We want square to go 1 level up. If square goes 1 level up, it's option number 2, which is my answer, okay. So I do not have to trace each and every element which is given in this sample set. What I have to see is look at the options, broaden the horizon, look at the 5 options and find the most two similar options. Now find a dissimilarity between these two options, okay, and pick up 1 or 2 elements which will actually give the answer. Now go back to the question, and within 5 or 6 seconds you can actually trace with that circle is going to go which level up or down, or square is going to go which level up and down. So you would have to implement these kind of techniques in the actual MBA CET paper to crack Jamnal Bajaj with a score of 20 on 25 in the visual reasoning section. Now people who go to Jamnal Bajaj, if you talk to them, people get 20 plus marks in around 7 to 8 minutes. So that's the level of precision that we are looking at in less time. So one, you need to have a complete awareness of genres and varieties of patterns. Second, look at the options very well. If you practice or if you are well versed with these two techniques, you can crack the given MBA CET examination. Thank you.